Hi everyone, I'm Felipe.
And I'm Lillian.
And we are the Postmodern family.
We are Americans living in the UK reacting to Great Britain.
We make 5 new videos a week, so why don't you hit that subscribe button now.
Today we're going to react to Brummy Joe talking about the biggest rivalries in the UK for football.
Okay, now that we've been here just over 6 years, I think it's about time that we get into English football.
Okay.
After all, it's bigger than the Church of England here. And so I have been to a Saints game. I don't think you've ever been to a football game in your life, right? Here or in the US.
Like a soccer game in America?
Yeah.
No.
Right. And you never played it?
I played it.
Like
my parents had me in like a little kids one
where you were 5 or 6
where
or
you all
something.
just huddle around the ball and you just go around like that.
So this is a way of life here. So it's about time we get to know what it's all about. So as a first introduction, I just found this on YouTube. I wanted to know, because part of the draw and popularity are the rivalries. There's certain teams that they just hate each other big time.
Okay.
So I want to understand the rivalries first.
Hello and welcome to another video on the Brummy Joe YouTube channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the biggest football rivalries across the UK and ranking them from hatred to absolute best friends. Some of these fixtures are feared, like really feared, and some of them are just a bit, just a bit crap really. They can be separated by tissue paper. So we're going to take a look at some of them and hopefully you agree with me. If you don't, let me know down in the comments. I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with me. I haven't been to all of these, so you know what I mean. But you know who isn't our rival?
No, I mean.
So obviously back in the 80s, football hooliganism was at its very height.
There it is.
It's not as fierce as it was back then, and it's probably a good
Why
thing,
not?
less fighting and stuff. But there are still some fixtures which do strike fear into people, and still, there is still some violence and stuff. It's more about the way you feel on the day, the sort of atmosphere, the sort of hatred between two sets of fans, and it can be just as much as with Blues Villa, is where you may have a lot of mates, because you're living in such close proximity, you might have a lot of mates that are like the fans of your rivals, and you sound all year round, but when this day comes round,
Your sound.
it's war.
Means you're good.
It's absolute war. So let's get into it. We've got quite a lot of fixtures here. We're going to rank them. So we're going to start off with Newcastle versus Sunderland, and the one big memory that comes from this is that geezer squaring up to a horse, the Newcastle fan. Yeah, that's quite a funny moment. I hope he didn't hit it, but obviously there's quite a lot of fierce rivalry between these two sets of fans, and I think the fact that
Newcastle
they both have
versus
a really good
Sunderland
support says a lot. Obviously Sunderland have dropped down the tables. They're in League One now. Newcastle still in the Premier League, but in terms of derby days, Sunderland are laughing. They just keep winning them. I think it's going to be an excited one when this fixture comes back around. There are so many good memories from it. I am going to put it right up in hatred. These sets of fans are so loyal to their club. It means so much to them, and it's big, but it's not so big where it's just, you've got tourists in the ground and stuff that don't really get it. Next, we've got Celtic versus Rangers, and this is one that was originally based off, well, and still is based off the religious beliefs of the two sides. You've got Celtic, who are the Catholics. You've got Rangers, who are mostly Protestant. And,
Rangers, baby.
That means it's even
all the
more
way
deep-rooted than just football fans, than just the closest proximity of the two clubs.
I wonder why his music changed.
Man, that's it. I'm going to go for Rangers.
When there's an old firm game on.
Rangers
I've never
are
been
my
to one. I'd
team.
love to go to one. The atmosphere seems absolutely electric.
That's it.
It's fierce.
I hope it's
and
still
that's why I'm putting that
informed by
hatred
religion
as well. Next up, we got Liverpool versus Manu, and this is one where people are probably going to disagree with me if they've been to the games, if they're fans of those clubs and everything. But I think that Premier League big rivalries have sort of been watered down a little bit, especially when you're looking at two clubs of the stature of Liverpool and Man United. There are a lot of fans in there that are so connected to the club and do feel that passion, and I get that, but it has been watered down, in my opinion, by the TV hype and everything. It's just overhyped, and it doesn't feel as real as some of the other ones. You're probably getting, like I say, a lot of people going there just for the day out rather than people who are there.
I think he's going to put it in
week
solid
watching that
rivalry.
Solid rivalry.
You might
Yeah.
disagree
I
with
think
me.
it's-
For that, I'm going to put it up in solid rivalry.
I called
There
it.
you go, calling
But
it.
I
Called
think
it.
these two clubs have got a bit of a
Clever
history between each other,
girl.
so I'm moving it up to solid rivalry. Next up is the big one. It's West Ham versus Millwall. This is a
I don't know either
saucy
of these.
one, to say the
What are
least.
they?
This is one of those ones where it becomes even
Never heard
more
of it.
of a big deal as they don't play each other that often. So when it comes around, it's massive. If you saw West Ham v Millwall in the cup or something, it would be absolutely unreal. For people that aren't fans
Is this
of
like
the two
West
clubs anyway,
Hampshire?
it's probably one that they're going to
West
watch
Ham?
because it's just so
I don't know,
fierce
but
between them. They
I
haven't
want to
played
see
each
if they
other
come
since
up
West
with
Ham were in the
Saints
championship in the
Portsmouth.
11-12 season.
That's
So
what I wanna
it
see.
could be a really tasty affair if they play each other
Tasty
again. Whether
affair.
it's Millwall get promoted, whether it's West Ham getting relegated, probably the latter, or in the cup. I'm going to put it up in hatred because
Wow.
it's just fierce, absolutely fierce. Next up we've got Sheffield United and Wednesday. This is one of the oldest
Wednesday?
football rivalries dating back to 1893. I think they're bitter rivals.
What about
I
Tuesday?
don't think it's like a really, really feisty one. For me personally, watching it, yeah, I'd probably give it a watch if it was on telly or something. But I don't feel it has the absolute hatred.
Is it near
that would
Sheffield?
take it
Are they
up to-
always
Bitter
kind of
rivals. Calling
similar?
it bitter
tier,
rivals.
to the top tier? Let me know. Hearts v Hibs is another big
Yeah.
one.
What'd he
I want to
say?
put it
Hearts
up in hatred,
v
but I feel like I want to
Hibs,
drop it
I think he said.
down to bitter rivals. I think they've not seen so much success, both clubs, in recent years.
The music
but
changes
they've
for every
still
rivalry.
got that intense
I don't know.
rivalry between each other.
It's
Also, in
been
the 80s
changing.
and
I want to see
90s, Hearts
Saints
set a record of
Portsmouth
20
derby
fans.
match.
I'm gonna put them
What's
in
a
bitter
derby
rivals.
match?
Obviously, when you're talking about Scotland, you hear so much about the old firm that maybe this gets
The old
overshadowed a little
firm.
bit. I think it is really fierce
What's that,
as well.
like
But
the
if you
royal
have been
family?
to one of these games, I'd love to hear what you think about it and whether it is fierce and whether it does deserve to be up in hatred. Next up, we've got Blackburn versus Burnley. For me, it's just not that tasty. Like,
Burnley.
yeah, they've probably got a rivalry between each other. The fans probably hate each other, whatever. But for me, looking at it, I wouldn't even put it up in solid rivalry. I just think it's a bit
Shocking.
meh. I'm not gonna lie. I think
Shocking.
because next up we got Manu versus Man City, and this one probably wasn't
Come
that
on.
big a deal back before Man City got all their money, but then it's sort of grown. It's one of those Premier League ones again where I'm not a big fan of them
So
personally.
Man U must be
I
so
don't
good
think
that
it's
it has several
mad.
different
I'm tempted
rivals,
to put
'cause
it
that
up
was-
into
No,
bit of
Man
rivals.
City
I'm gonna put it
versus
down to
Man
solid
U.
rivalry.
But
Two
Man
different
U
close to each
and
other. I don't know. I feel like it's almost
Liverpool.
equal. Manchester
I think you
United
said
have
Man
so many
City.
different rivals, and
No?
I don't know. For me, it's like you have one rival. That's it. I think Man U
Oh,
feel
yeah,
more
yeah,
about
you're right,
Liverpool than Man City, and
See?
and that's
I'm paying
I've
attention.
heard Man U fans saying they hope Man City win the league. They hope over Liverpool and stuff like that. So for me,
Oh,
that's
so it
why
was
it's
Man U
dropped it
versus
down
Man
to solid
City.
rivalry for me. I
Yes.
can't
Is that
put
the
it above
rivalry?
Man U.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
They're both
And
on the
then
same
the
level.
previous one was Man U
versus
Liverpool.
Like there is
I
some
think that's-
rivalry
isn't that
between them.
Saints?
And
No, I don't
some
know.
people might
No.
say it's underestimated the Black Country Derby, or
Come
whatever.
on.
But personally,
Yeah, that's
I
Portsmouth.
barely even
And
see
that's
it's
Saints.
derby.
Yeah, uh-huh.
That's it
Cardiff
down there at the
versus
bottom.
Swansea. I think it's
Come
quite
on,
a
I'm
big
gonna hold
derby.
out to
This
that.
one. I want to put it up to
See,
the
another
bitter
big
rival
derby.
section. There was one
Big
incident
derby.
in 1988 where
Isn't that like a
50
horse
Cardiff
race?
fans chased away 30
Like
Swansea
the Kentucky
fans into the
Derby?
sea, singing
Yeah.
"Swim Away," and now that's
In
their sort of
Kentucky?
song
Yeah.
they use in the derby. It's absolutely mad thinking that they chased them into the ocean. Like I say. It should be past that now, but that was at the height of hooliganism and everything like that.
Is
Now
he
it's
just
a bit
going down the
more-
list? So
People
we're
will
3
take
away.
the mick, but I think
Okay,
it's
come
funny
on.
that they have a callback to that and stuff, and I think that it is quite a fierce rivalry being the two biggest teams in Wales. So
He's
yeah,
a
I'm
natural
putting them up in
on
bitter
this
rivalry.
video.
Next up, it's Southampton versus
Yes.
Pompey. It is
Yes.
a big one, this one. Obviously, they played each other recently in the Cup. That ended a 7-year break without a game. Like I say, the longer you wait for a derby, the more intense it is on the day. I think they are bitter rivals. I wouldn't put them all the way up in hatred. You could say I'm wrong with that, but I'm saving
You
them for
are
the very
wrong.
special ones. I think it's known as Southampton being the sort of posh area like Hampshire and that, and then Pompey being the sort of underbelly where it's a bit more rough
Underbelly.
and gritty, and that's
Ah.
what makes the sort of difference between the two sides and the two sets of
Interesting.
fans.
I never
and they hate
I never
Thought
thought,
of us
of
living in a
Southampton being
posh.
posh.
in the game recently. So I would rank them as bitter rivals, yeah.
So what rivalries do you know about from the U.S.? Anyone, first one, any sport. Is this going to prove the point of that video we did on Harry Enfield, where you had the two legends being interviewed by women, And we talked about women shouldn't be commenting on sports. Are we violating that rule?
I think so, but we're proving it out because I don't know any.
But you got
rivals.
you're paying attention about.
Yeah.
Man, you.
I want to understand the video I'm watching.
So, okay, no rivalries come to mind in the U.S.?
Nope.
Not college football, not basketball, not baseball.
Oh, this is sounding familiar now.
Come on, think hard. One rivalry is all it takes.
One rivalry.
Okay, I'll list a few.
Okay.
And maybe I'll start clicking.
Okay.
Yankees, Red Sox.
Right.
Okay,
right.
probably the biggest, oldest rivalry in baseball. Seminoles versus Hurricanes. Miami
Never
versus
heard
Tallahassee.
of either. Thank you.
FSU.
I know FSU.
Okay, FSU versus
The
University of
Longhorns
Miami.
or something?
Longhorns.
Oh, that's Texas.
Hook 'em horns in Florida. No, they are the Seminoles, unless
And
they've
then what's
politically.
Roll Tide?
That's Alabama, I believe.
I don't know anything.
Yeah. Okay. How about New England Patriots versus the Steelers?
I always hear about the Steelers.
What about
fans
Buffalo
being
Bills?
The worst.
There should be a Buffalo Bills rivalry.
The Bills versus I don't know. They played the one that I went to. I think they played the Cowboys.
You went to the Super Bowl.
It was the Bills Cowboys.
You went to the Super Bowl.
No, it wasn't at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they lost to the Cowboys. I think it was 2 times in a row in the Super Bowl.
I went to watch the Bills. I don't remember who they played, but it was a home game, so it wasn't.
Yeah.
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 It was in the middle of winter. It was
okay,
fun.
so no other rivalries come to mind.
No, I can't think of any. I don't hold any grudges, so it's not my kind of thing.
I know the Pittsburgh Steelers have rivalries. I think it's with the Baltimore Ravens.
Is that
what used to
right?
be the Baltimore Colts. Very bitter, where the fans get into it.
I don't remember.
Yeah. So you've never witnessed then fan rivalry pandemonium.
No, I don't understand
where
it.
they yell at each other or
No, I can imagine it.
No,
as
not
being
imagine.
Funny and
No.
No, I'm not seeing it.
Right. Okay. So I think so I've been to a Saints Chelsea game. They're not rivals. But I sat in the next to the visiting section just to hear. And there was a little bit back and forth, but it was no bitterness or anything.
Isn't it just in fun? I mean, you don't actually hate people because they support.
I think that's how it was. That's how some of these are.
That reminds me of the series we were watching this was a while ago. Was it on Netflix?
What was it called?
The English Game.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I could understand rivalries coming out of that.
Because it was a class-based.
Yeah, and they were clashing.
There was economic
at work.
ties.
Yeah. So it was more than just a game for them. It was like
it's tied into the community.
Yes. Yeah.
But this you don't think it is.
No.
These guys live.
These people are paid to be players. It's not like you know, oh, my boss is fighting your boss over there, and the two companies are against each other.
Who was our university's biggest rival? Oh, we were Division 1.
In what? Are we talking
in
about
football and basketball?
I didn't know we had a football team. I mean, in American football?
Yeah, American football.
Okay.
And in basketball. I'm trying to I think Rutgers was a big rival. Yeah, Rutgers. Yeah.
I don't remember. I didn't go to a single football game while at university. And the one basketball game I went to, I sang the national anthem in. That's why I went. And then I watched a lot of volleyball.
I enjoyed that. It was a girls' volleyball team.
Good. I love volleyball.
I was like, man, this girl I'm dating, she knows what's up. She's taking me to a girls' volleyball game. That's nice. Thanks so much for watching this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. In your comments, leave your favorite English football team, whether it be Premier League or any other league. Leave your favorite football team. Thanks.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.